Okay, let's just dive right into this. Usually I'm breaking down complex data or, intricate systems, but today we're stepping into a profound, grim, dark Gothic fable. In this explainer, we're analyzing a text written from a rather chilling perspective, the silent void of the Reaper. From that vantage point, the Reaper watches the undying wanderer and just marvels at the profound ignorance of the living. So welcome to our philosophical deep dive into the hollow dawn, the agony of eternal duration, where we're going to unpack exactly why living forever might actually be the ultimate nightmare. Right out of the gate, this text flips our greatest human desire completely on its head. I mean, we all want more time, right? Mortals view eternal life as the ultimate prize. But from the Reaper's vantage point, this is a marvel of ignorance. As the source material states, what humans think of as an infinite extension of life is actually a cyclical abyss. It's this terrifying suspension of meaning where the soul is trapped. You never actually reach the resolution that defines a story.
Section 1. The suspension of meaning. Falling into the cyclical abyss.
To really wrap our heads around this, we gotta look at the language of the ancients, specifically this term aeon. This represents the ancient concept of eternal duration. Mortals foolishly seek out aeon, thinking that simply possessing all of time is enough to guarantee a fulfilling existence. But duration alone, it's just an empty measurement.
Now here's the missing piece to that puzzle. Telos. Telos means a final purpose or a conclusion. And when you contrast aeon with telos, the tragic flaw of immortality becomes glaringly obvious. Without telos, without a final stop, time itself becomes nothing more than a hollow vessel. You've got the container, sure, but absolutely nothing to give it shape or meaning.
Section 2. Duration versus value. The boundless theater of time.
People whisper about value, like it's a commodity you can just stockpile forever. But let's actually compare these two realities side by side. In the boundless theater of time, the immortal experience acts like a giant solvent. Eternity literally bleaches the color from every single experience until nothing is special anymore. Now contrast that with mortal beauty. A kingdom is glorious precisely because its stones will one day fall, right? A lover is precious because their breath is a finite gift. By clinging to a heartbeat that never, ever fades, the immortal actually erases the very boundaries that give existence its structural integrity.
Section 3. The Sisyphean treadmill. The agonizing prison of eternal return.
So let's walk through the actual lived reality of an immortal. It's what we'd call a Sisyphean treadmill. First, you watch empires crumble. Then you watch loved ones wither into dust. Soon enough, you're forced to walk those exact same paths again and again. And eventually, the very ground you walk on loses its reality. It's this unrelenting cycle of ceaseless, marching seasons. Every single triumph and tragedy is encountered so many times that all intrinsic meaning is completely stripped away. This is the philology of stasis. And it's not a peaceful rest. It's an agonizing prison where you are a perpetual stranger to peace.
Section 4. The erosion of consequence. The deafening silence of infinity.
Think about this. Without a final stop to anchor your actions, consequence disappears entirely. In a universe that simply does not care, every choice made by an undying being becomes a totally insignificant gesture. Whether they save a city or burn it to the ground, the result is merely a repetitive whisper in the deafening silence of infinity. The crushing weight of endless time just flattens everything, the highest joys and the greatest sorrows.
It leaves you with absolutely nothing left to gain. And, terrifyingly, no way to truly lose. The erosion of consequence leaves the undying wanderer completely, utterly empty. Because honestly, what are the stakes of your actions if you have infinite tomorrows to undo or redo them? The answer is zero.
Section 5. The hollow dawn. A state of constant, agonizing beginning.
So let's break down what this hollow dawn actually is. It's a state of constant, agonizing beginning that never matures into a conclusion. The immortal is stuck bearing the crushing weight of endless time, but totally without the possibility of growth. And what's profoundly tragic here is that they inherit absolutely nothing, despite possessing all of time. While the mortal world finds its final purpose through the mercy of the grave, the immortal's journey is just a steep descent. They've mistakenly substituted duration for substance, and every single new dawn just becomes a harsh, blaring reminder of their spiritual bankruptcy.
Section 6. The mercy of finality. The true provider of value.
All of this builds to a pretty stunning realization from our source material. The Reaper states, ultimately, I am the only true mercy in this cold cosmos. It is the Reaper who provides that final purpose through a final stop. By ending the story, death actually serves as the true provider of value.
To be denied this final stop is a fate infinitely worse than death. It means being cast away into that boundless theater where nothing matters, simply because nothing ever ends.
And this reveals the ultimate tragedy of the immortal. To live forever is basically to be a ghost in a world that moves on without you. Eventually, the undying wanderer begs for the end of the marching seasons. They literally beg for the reaper's presence. They desperately want to escape the cycle and finally experience the sweet finality of rest.
So, I want to leave you with this chilling final thought. If you achieve the ultimate human fantasy, if you win the cosmos and conquer time itself, will you truly inherit a void? Think carefully about the boundaries and the endings in your own life, because as we've seen today, they are the very things that give your existence its structural integrity and its beauty. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the silent void. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.